Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Report, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Let's take a look at some of the stocks on the move today. We're joined now by Bloomberg's Valerie Teitel. Valerie, I feel like we have to start with regional banks. They are definitely in the spotlight for today.
Oh, all of the banking sectors in the spotlight, especially those regional names. But I do have some good news. Zions Bancorp is basically back to flat. It had been down as much as 1.5% in pre-market, but is trading flat to the downside as we speak. But I also want to check on Western Alliance. That was another stock that dropped double digits yesterday. We are in the red for Western Alliance, down 2.1%. Now, these banks are in focus. Both of them dropped double digits yesterday and closed at the lows on the back of a write-down related to alleged collateral fraud on loans tied to distressed property funds. The KRE Regional Bank Index actually suffered its worst slide since April earlier this year, but it's not all bad news when it comes to regional banks. We did have some reporting this morning and it actually looked pretty good. We heard from Truist Financial. Those shares are up 3.1%. We also heard from Fifth Third Bank, which has been a bank that has been in a spotlight because they previously had disclosed that they had some ties to Tricolor. That was the auto lender that went bankrupt a few weeks ago. But those shares are in the green, too, up 0.6%. So there does seem to be some kind of positivity in some pockets, at least in the regional banking sector.
All right, some hints of sunlight there. Okay, we go from banks to the pharma sector, and that's really taken a hit. Lilly, Novo, it's a lot what President Trump was saying about their drugs.
Yeah, we have Eli Lilly and Novo Nordisk on a back foot. Eli Lilly down 4.2%. Novo Nordisk down 4.5%. Now, this comes on the back of some words from the White House yesterday, Lisa, all having to do with pricing for these weight loss drugs. Now, Trump in the White House said that these weight loss drugs could come to just down to $150 a month, which would be a steep drop given the list price for some of these is roughly $1,000 for a month of supply. So we have these shares in the red. Now, officials were quick to respond that prices haven't been negotiated yet, that talks are still ongoing with drug makers, but still it signals some pretty aggressive posturing from the Trump administration in trying to negotiate lower prices, given these weight loss drugs are currently one of the most lucrative prescription drugs out there recently, would entail some decent margin pressure for Eli Lilly and Novo. But Lisa, I also do want to mention the wider banking sector since it has been in focus. Even in the European session, we did have heavyweights like Deutsche Bank dropping 6.2% and Barclays dropping 6%. So it was a huge focus in terms of the European session today with the bank sector down the most since August. We were also seeing the Wall Street heavyweights. They're not impervious to what's going on in the regional banking space. We have Bank of America down nearly 2%, Wells Fargo down 1%, and Citi down 1.6%. And that's despite a lot of strong earnings from the big Wall Street banks this week.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.